guessing everyone's sort of caught up with what else happened this year and last year, which is easier said than done because it feels like something's happening every single day. Like for all we know, World War III could happen tomorrow. Like Kim Jong Un goes into his third coma and ascends to a higher plane of existence. Could be tomorrow's headliner, and I would not be surprised. Not surprised. I'd be impressed, not surprised. Now, with with this speech, I want to run you through what all happened in the year that's 2020. And and yeah, you heard me right. Kim Jong Un's already been through two comas. Now, what are the wins starting off a year? Then with a bang, right? And thankfully, Australia's got that undercover because the first big thing that happened in 2020 were the Australian bushfires. You know that flaming hot Cheeto on the southern hemisphere of the Earth, which is somehow a continent, a country, and an island at the same time? That thing, yeah. It apparently had such a devastating bushfire that 47 million acres of land were burnt, and at least 34 people were killed. Now, the most surprising part of this isn't that 47 million acres were burnt. No, no. It's that at least 34 people died. At least, what do you mean at least? Like they just find 34 bodies. They just found 34 bodies and just went, yeah, that's enough. Yeah, just come back. Yeah, that's 34. And hearing this, my mind went straight to it's either 34 or 400. There's 34 of pick one, right? No in between. Now, this started to subside, but around the same time that it started to end, something small also started to pick up. And we might know that something small as COVID-19. It's pretty small. And in the beginning of the year of last year, we started comparing it to the SARS virus. SARS virus being a virus similar to the COVID-19. And right now, both of them have lasted for about the same time. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to do some research and compare both of them. So I did, and concluded that the SARS virus affected 23 countries and killed, I think, 774 people while lasting about a year. That's a lot of 774 people. That's a lot of people. But then I was like, okay, COVID-19, how bad could it be? Uh, yeah, it's only it just lasted a whole year and killed 3 million people. Right? 3 million people and affected about 109 million people and affected 218 countries. We on that that's not that no and of course America has to be number one always, which they are, with 26 million confirmed cases, 433,000 deaths, and and 16 million recoveries. Now you might be asking, Rajat, why are you laughing at 16 million? That's a lot. And I would say yes, but India, who's in second place, Jayhind, is 11 million confirmed cases with 10 million recoveries. Look, I don't know about this, but I don't think America is doing the social distancing thing properly. Just my opinion. Now, speaking of America, those of you who've listened to my CC1, my icebreaker, would know that I don't like certain creatures, insects, right? But Japanese giant hornets were found in America. Japanese giant hornets were found. That's the other side of the world. Like that. No, if normal people were trying to give America their condolences and trying to help them out, and I'm on the floor praying to God that they don't come. If they can go to UAE, they can just walk to. They can go to UAE easy, right? Like you might be like Rajat, it's hornets. How bad could it be? Come on now. And to you, I say, a normal hornet is about this big. It's about 2 centimeters big. A Japanese giant hornet, though, that's 5 cent. That's okay. All I'm gonna say is, if that thing came at me in a swarm, I would die before they got to me. I'd be like, Japanese giant. dead on the floor. Done. No, I can't deal with that. No. Now, since we've talked about death and murder for 5 minutes, let's talk about something funny. Um, yeah, funny and 2020 doesn't really go together, but I promise I have something funny. And by funny, I mean Donald Trump, because of course. Now, recently, the US had the presidential election. And by recently, I mean 3 months ago, because I don't know how time works. Uh, but they really did have a presidential election. And uh, it was between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And Trump lost, which got me a bit sad because he's the only president in the world that was more known for being stupid than actually being the president of a country. Now, a president is supposed to be the mascot of a country, and Trump was doing it so well, right? So well. Well, now Biden has recently taken up office in the USA, so we'll just have to wait and see what Biden has to offer us. Now that we've talked about something funny, let's go right back to insects because why not? In 2020, locust swarms happened in Africa. Now, if you don't know what locusts are, good for you. But I'm going to tell you now. Locusts are insects or a pest like a grasshopper, but they can fly. That's where it should end, but it doesn't. A locust could eat up to 2 grams of crop every day, like each of them. Now, that might seem like a little, but there can be up to 80 million of them in a square kilometer. Not 10 square kilometers, 1 square kilometer, 80 no. And they swarmed Africa. In conclusion to this, if you look past it, 2020 has been a wild year, and we've gotten through all of it. But seriously, what even was this year?
An outstanding speech by Gav Rajat. And now we have Michelle CC9 and her evaluator Rishikesh to read out the objectives.